Intro. Starting off heavy. Drug charges plus possible jail time. But notice how quickly the judge jumps into rights and procedure. This is standard. But pay attention. Sometimes what seems routine reveals the real stakes.
Mr. Concepcion, you're charged with possession of a controlled substance. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Officers were dispatched to an apartment complex in Harris County, Texas, after a neighbor reported she heard an altercation in the apartment above her.
That apron detail is huge. Tossing it aside may look suspicious, and legally, officers can use what they saw in plain sight. Question for you guys. Do you think ditching evidence helps, or just makes things worse?
When officers arrived, they observed one individual standing on a balcony yelling at someone in the courtyard. And when officers approached the defendant in the courtyard, they noticed he was extremely jittery and stuttering. The officer observed the defendant reach into his pocket and throw something on the ground. The defendant also took off an apron he was wearing and threw it on the ground. In the pocket of the apron, the officers found a Xanax pill weighing 0.5 grams.
Mr. Concepcion, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. How old are you, sir?
29.
What do you do for a living?
I'm working at Dollar General. I work at Dollar General.
Okay. And how much money do you make a month?
Now we see the human side. The roommate isn't just a bystander. He's basically a caregiver. This adds emotional weight, but also complicates things legally. Judges often have to balance compassion with the facts on paper.
Uh,
Who do you live with?
I live with Josh Johnson.
Who is that?
That guy in first row right there.
Is that your dad?
No, that's just my roommate. It's like a brother.
Come up, sir.
Yeah, I think she's the person we were arguing. I was arguing with.
I talked to the judge. Oh, I don't know how to do this. What we
No, you're okay. You just.
Yeah, don't worry. You're doing great. What's going on with you?
He takes care of me. I've been having some issues at home. Here often I've been injuring my foot. And he, right now, while I'm healing up, he has to sometimes pick me up, sometimes like that.
But you don't have to touch.
Okay. Help me get around the house. So it's hard without him being in my home. I don't feel safe without him. So, I don't know what's going on. But Your Honor, I'll explain something to you. When he's not around, the Baytown police will go around saying that they're going to find any reason to take this man to jail. Any reason. They just look for a reason. And I get tired of hearing that. When I go out to where my girlfriend works at, have a cook, I got to listen to this.
Okay.
He's taking care of me right now because my provider services, we're trying to get it back. So, he helps cook because I keep getting food poisoning.
So you guys live in an apartment?
Yes, and it's bad. I tell you, they could have found those on the ground and accused him of it.
I don't want to talk about the case, but whose name is the apartment under?
Mine.
Okay, are you on the lease?
I don't know,
No, not
but
yet.
the managers, they all know me and everything.
The manager's letting him be there to help me out. Because sometimes there's some issues with me being scared a lot. But with him there, I'm safe.
So the only thing I'm going to ask you now, Mr. Concepcion, don't use any dope or alcohol. I'm going to test you. If I find that you're using alcohol or any kind of dope, I'm going to lock you up. Don't use any alcohol or dope. As long as you can do that and stay out of trouble, you'll be fine with me. If you need, I can appoint your lawyer today so you guys can figure out what to do. Do you have any open cases at this time anywhere else?
No.
Can you run an NCIC, please?
Sure.
Okay. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to have you sign a reset with Victoria. After that, you're going to get with pretrial years. You're going to sign your bond conditions, just no dope, no alcohol. And then I'm going to have you talk to...
He can't drink or anything. Because he watches me when I'm drinking. That way I don't go outside.
This is going to be a problem. Your pressure is an absolute,
Okay.
if you're drinking and you're getting loaded,
He hasn't drank in a long time.
but understand peer pressures.
Oh, I don't know anything about it. You got to explain.
If you're drinking and you're getting intoxicated, the likelihood of him wanting to partake will be very, very, you're not listening.
Okay,
Sir, listen,
okay,
I'm trying to talk to you.
yes, sir.
If you were drinking, you're consuming alcoholic beverages and you're doing a lot of it, and he's there, he's going to want to do the same thing.
Yes, sir.
And it's going to create a problem.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay,
So be careful what you do, where you go, because you could potentially get him in trouble as well if you're doing something you shouldn't be doing,
yes, sir.
you know?
Yes, sir.
So I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying,
I
be
understand,
careful.
sir. I just
Okay.
never been through this process before.
All right. So let's do this. I'm going to have you sign a reset. After that, I'm going to have you take your seat in the jury box while we find your lawyer, and then we'll go from there. Okay?
Boom! There it is. A second-degree felony. That's no joke. We're talking a range of 2 to 20 years in prison. And yet, here he is facing new charges while on probation. Risky doesn't even begin to cover it.
Your Honor, it appears he may be on a deferred out of the 263rd for an ag assault.
Oh yeah, I've been on it for about 2.5 years.
Asked you if you had any open cases, and you said no.
Oh, I thought you meant like a new case. No, yeah, I've been on probation for about 2.5 years. Yeah, sorry, I thought you meant like anything that's new. That's what they always ask me.
I can understand.
I drug test you now, what's going to show up?
Nothing.
Sending you now. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system. Yeah, you're on probation for a very serious case where you're looking at what, 2 to 20?
Yeah, it's this.
Stop. Yeah, it's a second-degree felony, and you're not supposed to get in trouble, and now you've picked up a new case. It's very possible now they issue a felony warrant on your behalf. You're not supposed to get in trouble. I'm sending you now for a drug test. You must come right back. If you don't take the test, if you don't come back, I'm telling you now, I'm going to revoke your PR bond. You're not going to get any more. Do you understand? Okay, so just take a seat from me momentarily. I'm going to send him for a drug test. We're going to have him come back. And then I'm going to give him a lawyer and we'll go from there. But just, everything's okay for the moment, okay? You're fine, okay? All right. I'm going to have you sign a reset, and then I'm going to have you take your seat while we wait for pretrial to send you for a test, okay? Please.
Right this way. Go inside for your reset.
Very familiar to me. Do you know how? Maybe not. I represented a Morelli once. Or Morgan Morelli, actually with the same name. That's why. Okay. Ms. Morelli, you were charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you.
Classic judge moment. Laying down the law with authority. Judges often use strong warnings not just for the defendant, but as a message to the entire courtroom. I will not tolerate repeat violence.
You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, man. Okay.
The officer spoke with the complainant, who is the defendant's mother, and who was also I apologize. Do you want me to keep going?
Go ahead.
Okay. And
Sorry.
No problem. The officer spoke with the complainant, who is the defendant's mother, and was observed to be bleeding from her mouth and face. The complainant stated the defendant physically attacked her in the defendant's kitchen after a verbal argument about the complainant calling out the defendant for taking drugs. The complainant stated the defendant was beating the living hell out of me. The complainant stated she doesn't know exactly how many times the defendant struck her, so the defendant hit her numerous times with both hands and that she felt pain. The complainant stated they both had been drinking and had a couple margaritas, but that it was not the reason for the assault. The complainant stated she ran out of the defendant's house and back to her home, which is only a few houses down the street, to call for help. The complainant stated the defendant has a history of assaulting her.
There's a prior assault of a family member. Is that the same complaining witness? Let's see. Ma'am, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case, and I'm going to tell you now, I'm going to do everything in my power to protect every single person of this county, and if that means putting you in jail, I'm going to do it in a heartbeat. Do you understand? I'm sending you now for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system, then you're to come right back. If you fail to come back, or if you fail to take the drug test, I will revoke your bond, and I'm going to tell you now, you will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
As a condition of your bond, I'm forbidding you from having any contact with Diana Morelli whatsoever, not to consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and I'm going to test you like crazy to make sure that you're not using. I'm also ordering you not to be in possession of weapons as well. I'm ordering you not to have contact with her. Can you find mom, please? Diana Morelli, please. Has a motive been granted in this case? Okay,
I just put it ready for you.
okay. So, guys, it looks like the CW is here, so.
Judge, I have all spoken with the CW, and she says that her and her daughter have fixed the situation between.
No, it's a second assault. Every time no, doesn't matter.
Just go confirm with the CW.
Yeah, and well, I'm
you're
gonna bring her in so that I can talk to her as well. Are you Miss Morelli?
Yes, sir.
Hi, thank you so much for coming. Would you mind coming up, please? I told her that I'm going to do everything in my power to protect every single person of Harris County, no matter who it is, who they are, what is going on, and that I would, and if that means putting them in jail and making it $100,000 bond, I will do it in a heartbeat. I'm entering now what's called a magistrate's order for emergency protection that identifies you as a protected individual. Ms. Morelli, you cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person, commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of where she lives or where she works. Do you understand? This is a second assault alleged against you. The first one was dismissed. However, now I'm forbidding her from having contact with you. I've also forbidden her from consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, and I'm sending her now for a drug test because I want to know what, if anything, is in her system. I'm so much as even contemplating putting a device on her ankle so I know that she's not consuming any alcohol. She has a lot of prior violent behavior, and I'm going to do everything in my power to quell it. This is the fifth, violent type of case that we have, and that's it. Historically speaking, every 2 years, there's a new case. Since 2018. Stops now. Do you understand? Okay.
Am I allowed to say anything?
Well, I'd rather not. She has a lawyer, you guys can talk to the lawyer. I've got a bunch of DAs here and everything that you guys say can be used. And now's not the best time to talk about the case. The only thing I want to impart to you that you are now a protected individual, and I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure it stays like that so no one else puts their hands on you.
It's almost impossible for us to be able to follow because I'm driving back to work and the finance is down.
Let's do this. I'm going to have her talk to the lawyer, and then we'll figure out something to do. We'll talk. For now, what I want to do is I'm going to send her for a drug test because I want to know what, if anything, is in her system. And then we'll have her come back, and hopefully by then the lawyers will be here and then we can talk. Okay? So just don't leave for now. Okay? All right. I'm going to have you sign this order for protection now, and then we'll send you on your way, and then we'll see you back in half an hour. Okay?
All right, Judge, next is
In the interim, you can.
I'll speak to her. Miss Morelli.
Good morning, Mr. Silva. Good morning, Honor. Mr. Silva, you're charged with 2 cases. Shh. Charged driving while intoxicated. You're also charged with possession of marijuana. Is the weed case getting dismissed, Mr. Isaguirre?
Yes, the POM, yes. That's right.
Okay, so it looks like as part of the plea bargain agreement, they're going to dismiss the marijuana case against you. You're pleading on the DWI. You need to understand that the DWI will go on your record. It's going to be there.
Notice the mix here. Punishment plus a warning about the future. Judges often give these final chances. But the defendant's financial struggles, like those payday loans, show just how tangled legal trouble and everyday life can get.
For the rest of your life, it's even there after you die. This is important because when you get pulled over, what do you think an officer does?
You're gonna check if I'm either high or drunk.
Well, the first thing, they're gonna look at your record. They're gonna see that you have a prior DWI. If they come up to you and smell alcohol or dope, what do you think they're gonna do?
It's gonna be back in the same situation I am today.
Right. What we're doing today, you will now forevermore be facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. Do you understand? No more proverbial slaps on the wrist from now on. It's a minimum of 30 days in jail.
Understand.
Okay? You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen or a possible immigration consequence, you can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you can never change this. It will go on your record and it'll be there forever. Is this what you want to do? How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? I will find you guilty. I will send you to 3 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 1 day that you've done. I'm going to suspend your license for 90 days. Do not drive until you get a license. Good luck, sir. Thank you.
On the third charge, I was worried about that. Is a dishwasher at Mambo's and makes $1,800. And besides every, the light, water, gas,